Welcome to Colorado Homes and Living YouTube channel. I'm Jill Jackson.
And I'm Kelly May.
And we are local realtors here in the Denver metro area, thinking about building a new construction home, wondering how long it will take and what happens at each stage. Today, we are going to walk you through a step-by-step new construction timeline from contract to closing, so you know exactly what to expect. Kelly, what do we got for the first step?
So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you get pre-approved. And this is fully pre-approved with some automatic underwriting, which can take 1 to 2 weeks. Many times builders require a pre-approval before you are allowed to write a contract or submit an offer. It is always a good idea to compare it against the builder's lender to see what you can get as far as incentives or if you can get competitive pricing.
And do keep in mind, a lot of these builders will require you to get pre-approved with their lender, even if you're choosing to use an outside lender. So just make note of that as well. So the second step is choose your builder and your community. A few of the larger builders here in Colorado include Lennar, D.R. Horton, Richmond's, Shea Homes, Toll Brothers, Oakwood, and TriPoint. These are just a few of the bigger ones. There's definitely a lot more builders out there than just the ones I've named. And please keep in mind that each builder will have a different timeline, different lot premiums, different pricing, different layouts, and a completely different design process. And a couple other things you want to pay attention to when you are shopping for not only the builder, but the community that you're looking to live in is if it's in a metro district, any HOA fees that are associated with that community, and of course, future development for that neighborhood.
After you have found the community, you will pick a floor plan and you will sign the builder contract and make your earnest money deposit. Now, keep in mind that you need to read through the contract, which is also what we are here for. Builder contracts in Colorado do heavily favor the builder. They are not governed by the Division of Real Estate, and some of the timelines in there are going to be estimates. They are not bound by exact dates. And with the builder contract, many of them specify that your earnest money is going to go hard at a certain point throughout the timeline. And that means that the earnest money is non-refundable. So if you decide to back out or you can no longer purchase the home, you do not get your earnest money back.
So the next phase is going to be the design center and the structural selections. So this includes oftentimes going to another location off site, and you'll meet with the builder's designer, and they will go over all the different color schemes, the different types of countertops, the different types of flooring, the different types of cupboards that you can choose from, hardware, etc. You can also select at this point if you plan to finish a basement, if that is an option for the builder to finish the basement on your behalf, if you plan to convert a loft into a bedroom or add an additional bathroom. So any of these types of revisions or add-ons would take place during this phase.
Keep in mind, depending on what you select at the design center, the builder may require an additional earnest money deposit based on your selections and the amount of add-ons that you choose. And that typically is non-refundable after you have made your design selections because that is locked into that home. And if for whatever reason you don't buy the home, they spent those monies on the finishes that you picked out.
And those finishes may not be very appealing to another buyer. So do keep that in mind. And I've seen, and again, every builder is different, but I've seen, if you decide to make $100,000 in upgrades, they may require up to 20% on top of your earnest money.
So once all of your designs are picked out, your builder is going to finish the plans and submit that to the local authority for a building permit. Depending on where you're building a home also dictates how long the permitting takes. So just keep in mind that certain jurisdictions take longer than others. It also depends on what stage of the community that lot is as to when it will be ready to build on.
So the next phase after permits and everything have been pulled and they're ready to break ground is the foundation phase. So this is when your concrete is poured. And then just as a slight reminder, because we do live in Colorado and depending on when the time of construction starts and the time of year that takes place, weather can play a huge factor into whether or not there are any delays in the foundation phase.
After your foundation is when framing begins, and that's really when the shape of the home starts to come together. Your walls go up and your roof goes on. This is also very weather dependent as well. So, this stage is also when delays can happen.
The next phase is the mechanical rough-ins. So this will be your electrical, your plumbing, your HVAC systems. This is also an ideal time for pre-drywall inspection. I do want to make mention if you do walk the property during the pre-drywall, which usually they will have you come out and look at it during the pre-drywall, just note that the house is going to look significantly smaller than it will once the drywall is up. Just a little side note on that, because every time it never fails, buyers will walk through the property and they'll be like, oh my gosh, the rooms are so much smaller than they looked in the model home. The home is going to look significantly smaller at this
Mhm.
stage in the game.
And so after that is when your insulation and your drywall goes in. And that's really what is going to help you determine like the shape and the layout of the home. Drywall is also very climate dependent. So that is another stage that can cause delay. But after that, that's when it really starts shaping your home and it looks like the home that you bought.
So the next phase after the drywall and insulation will be your interior finishes. So this will include countertops, cabinets, flooring, interior paint, trim, and fixtures.
After all of your interior finishes are done, that is when your builder starts doing their final inspection. They will put together a punch list of items that need to be completed. And then, also, depending on the time of year and your builder, is when they will start doing any type of landscaping work. At this stage, you will attend a final walkthrough so you can see the home and you can help determine if there's any items that need to be on that punch list.
This is a very important time. Humans make mistakes and there are humans building the home. It's called a blue tape walkthrough. So when you do this walkthrough, you are going to notice all kinds of little things. It never fails. You'll notice that some paint is chipped. You'll notice that an outlet is crooked. Maybe some flooring needs to be touched up. A window is busted, etc. So you will go through with the blue tape with the on-site GC and walk the property, make any notes and tape off anything that needs to be fixed prior to closing. And they are very good about getting all of those items addressed before the closing date, depending on the item. In cases like cabinets or windows, and if it's something major, they may have to order it again. And sometimes, depending on how long that takes to get in, those items could get fixed after closing. And the final phase is going to be the closing day. So once the home passes all the inspections and you've signed off on it and everything looks as perfect as you'd like it to be, you will head to closing, and that is where you will get the keys to your brand new home. And just a reminder, when you are building from dirt, and because we do live in Colorado and building is always weather permitted, the building process can take anywhere from 6 to 14 months. So if you're in a lease and you're trying to plan things accordingly based on your lease expiration date, just keep in mind that there is no guarantee that the home is going to take 8 months if that's what the builder is shooting for. Building can often be delayed by a month or two, just depending on the weather, materials, contractors, etc. So definitely make sure you build a buffer in there.
And fun fact, in most builder contracts, it will say that you as a buyer cannot delay closing for any reason, but the builder can delay closing up to 6 months without any penalty.
So definitely keep that in mind and make sure you have a realtor with you so you know all of these things ahead of time and there are no surprises at the end or halfway through.
Building a home in Colorado is very exciting. It is just not instant. Understanding the timeline can help you plan financially, mentally, and logistically. If you're thinking about building in Colorado, we are realtors that specialize in new constructions. Make sure you reach out to us first so we can attend any model home visit with you, because you do need to have agents registered with you prior to touring any model home. We are here to guide you through the process and help you avoid any costly mistakes.
Thanks again for tuning in to Colorado Homes and Living YouTube channel. I'm Jill Jackson,
And I'm Kelly.
and we are local realtors here in the Denver metro area, and we do specialize in new home construction. So feel free to reach out to us, whether you're looking to make the move in 10 days, 10 weeks, or 10 months. It's never too soon to contact us with any questions. Our phone number and website, as well as our email address, is linked below. There's also a QR code in the upper right corner of our YouTube banner. If you found this content helpful, please like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.